Thank you, Tony. An important hearing tonight at the State House on a revised bill to build a new PawSox Stadium.
House Speaker Nick Mattiello released his amended version of the legislation last night. Now we're hearing from the city's mayor and other lawmakers on the plan. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian is live in Pawtucket now with more on what they had to say. Kim?
Well, Mike and Shannon, we're expecting that House Finance Committee hearing on this amended proposal to get underway here shortly. House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello has stressed that this is just a draft and many more details need to be finalized. Pawtucket's mayor says he's looking forward to hearing more tonight. Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebian feels optimistic about House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello's new PawSox pitch.
He wanted to eliminate that last piece of the concern because of our skeptic public and protect them, and that's what we've done.
The new amendment would remove the state guarantee on loans to build the new park, something Mattiello insists will eliminate any risk for taxpayers.
I don't know if that sounds feasible.
Some in Pawtucket aren't so sure, since the city's redevelopment agency would be borrowing the money.
If there's too much risk there or we're exposed, they're never going to allow us to underwrite it or to go out for bond, right? That's the protection of it.
The House plan would put the team's lease payments and tax revenue from both the stadium and a surrounding development towards paying off the bonds. In January, the Senate approved the plan for the $83 million ballpark at the former Apex site. The team would contribute $45 million, and the rest would be split by the city and the state.
I don't understand why the city has to be the owner of it.
Pawtucket Mayor Donald Grebian says they're still trying to digest the new proposal, but he says it's a great framework.
Forget all the other stuff, right? It's about moving Pawtucket forward.
And Grebian, the House Speaker, and the Senate Finance Committee Chairman all say that they're confident that the revenue generated by the ballpark will be more than enough to cover the financing of the project. The Senate Finance Committee Chair saying in a statement, quote, "The Senate remains committed to workable legislation that moves this project forward." He also went on to say if additional changes are needed, he is confident that they will be made. We'll be heading into that committee hearing. We'll bring you more coming up tonight, live at 6. For now, reporting live at the State House, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, the revised proposal for a new PawSox Stadium is being considered by a committee of House lawmakers.
House Speaker Nick Mattiello revealed the revised bill last night. And we go back live to the State House now with Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian. Kim?
Well, the hearing for that revised PawSox pitch just got underway here at the State House. Now, the House Finance Committee is going to be hearing about House Speaker Nicholas Mattiello's proposal that he says will eliminate the risk to taxpayers while bringing that $83 million ballpark to the former Apex site in Pawtucket. But Republicans like State Representative Patricia Morgan and GOP Chairman Brandon Bell are expressing concerns about that proposal. Bell calling it a bailout, saying Pawtucket will not be able to pay for the stadium bonds and the state will have to bail the city out. Pawtucket's mayor disagrees.
No matter what the Republican chairman says, right, I get that. They're always out there trying to pick apart, and they don't care about communities like this. But this is a great opportunity for the state to do their responsibility, invest in an urban district, so we can then self-support ourselves, so we're not always taking from the state. But at the end of the day, if there's too much risk there, or we're exposed, they're never going to allow us to underwrite it or to go out for bond, right? That's the protection of it.
And under this proposal, revenue generated by the ballpark and a surrounding district would help finance the deal. Grebian, as well as representatives from the House and the Senate, believe there will be more than enough revenue generated to cover the cost. We will be heading back into that hearing. We'll bring you more coming up live at 6:30. For now, reporting live at the State House, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.